Libras, hello, hello, my loves. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Libs, we have the Eternal Child and the Orphan, the Cave and the Shapeshifter, and the Thread. Sorry, I like one of my very dear friends. She's a Libra, and you know, when you talk to somebody every day and you're just like but I just feel like this sense of you're scared, you know what I mean? Like you just, there's a part of you that is like, do I want to let go of this fear, or do I want to like move forward? And the best thing in the world about kids, I love kids. They're like, they make sense to me. But I mean, the Eternal Child is just that idea of like a sense of trepidation, but like a desire to do it, right? Because when you're a child, you're always learning new things. You're always experiencing things like freshly. And if you've experienced something that's left you feeling abandoned, even as an adult, there's that inner child, if you will, you know, little you that still kind of experiences this sense of fear of like, you know, like, can I trust that this is a safe thing? You know, like, you know, if I'm introducing my kids to this person, or if I'm, you know, like however it plays out for you, you know, where you're just kind of like, there's a little bit of fear and yet this desire to really, I think, intimately be engaged in something as a version of yourself that isn't afraid, you know, because I just feel like it's that fear that always trips us up, right? And I think that you are wanting to release this fear so that you can go in a direction that allows you to really intimately engage with the thing that you were always afraid you were never going to really have. Leaves. Okay. I hope everyone is enjoying the sunshine and the warm weather. It rained a little bit yesterday. It kind of rained here, but it's sunny. It's beautiful. Excited for the day. Leaves. Okay, yeah, we have the Tower and the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Magician, the High Priestess, the 10 of Wands, and the 2 of Pentacles. Well, you know, again, whatever this fear is, wherever this fear came from, this end, I think that it just, like when you, hindsight's 2020, right? I mean, and I just kind of feel like you're looking back at all of the things that you've carried along the way that have been like these fears. You know, like this, I've carried this fear, and as a result, I made that decision. So I need to cut that fear. I carried this fear, so I made that decision. So I got to cut that fear. You know, I just kind of feel like through this end, when you're going through, like you're pulling out all of the weeds, you're pulling out all the things that you don't want to grow anymore, all the things that cracked your foundations in the past, you know, and I feel like you've come into a place in your life where you're like, you're pretty aware of yourself at this point, you know? And I think that, you know, like that you're wanting to engage in happy, healthy communities, that you're wanting to be, I feel like this, like, I want to be swept up in this. I want to be swept up in this. I want to embody that sense of magic and that, you know, like that knowing of a relationship. You know, I think especially my leaves who love, but anybody wants to have that, like that intense, intimate connection with another human being that like it can't, I don't know, like it, there's no room for fear. You know what I mean? And I just feel like you're like, I don't have any room for fear. I don't want there to be any fear. But I feel like almost this like conversation with yourself about like the process and like how you're going through the process. And I think just that like cozying into it, you know what I mean? Oh, goodness. Okay. Page of Wands, life renewed. 4 of Wands, the Lovers, King of Wands, the Moon. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just think that like whatever this confusion is that you know, like those fears that like would pop up along the way, I just kind of feel like you're like seeing your way around them. You know, like, oh, you know, like subconscious fear popped up here, but I just went around it. You know what I mean? Because I'm excited, because I'm ready to like experience life renewed, because I'm ready to experience, you know, like a decision in love. I just feel like this, like, all the feels. All right, leaves. Let's see what else we can get for y'all. The Tower again. Damn. The Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Cups. Well, I mean, the Four of Cups is just this idea of lack. And even what you have, you don't really want. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes, even when we get what we want, we will sabotage things because of those fears that just pop up along the way, right? And I just kind of feel like you've experienced those ends. You have learned, you know, because it's like the last read you had was a familiar end, right? And I just kind of feel like it happened, like this end, this just keeps happening, you know, and then a lot of it has to do with just like, I think making decisions from a lack mentality, understanding what that means, and I think getting an opportunity to really go in a direction that reboots your life. I just feel like a reboot, you know, and preparedness for it. You know, like I'm ready to get swept up in all of the goodness, right? Love that for you, Leaves. Some of my Leaves could be getting a new job offer, you know, or you know, like getting another, like a second job or doing something like that, where you're just kind of like, I don't know, like I feel like you're just like you've stopped allowing your fears to dictate your actions. Because when you allow your fears to dictate your actions create a familiar end. And that's like, been there, done that. The Castle. Well, let's not end on that. I mean, the Castle is the idea of destination stagnation, but that could very much be that, like that energy, you know, because my leaves do have that difficult time making a decision. You know, and sometimes it's because you always think the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, and then you get to the other side of the fence and you're like, well, fuck, that's not true. And you were only making that decision because you were, you know, like you were afraid, and you set up that foundation for yourself that's full of cracks because it's full of fears. And it's no wonder you cap out on that and you get bored with it, and you know, you want something different, and you experience another familiar end. But I feel like that's not the goal here. Let's do just like one more, because it's just like not not wanting to end on that for y'all. The Crone and the Sword. Well, yes, because you've learned by now, like, what it is that you need to cut out, what it is that breaks your foundations, what it is that, you know, creates those familiar ends. And now you do something with it. All right, Leaves. Well, I hope this resonates with y'all. If it does, please leave me a like, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all again soon. Bye.